So after rewatching Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, again, from start to finish, no interruptions, no important phone calls come up, I wanted to talk about the referee being very clearly on Tyson Fury's side, and he allowed him to get away with fouls throughout this fight. Now, it wasn't nearly as bad as Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, where Harvey Dock blatantly robbed Garcia of an opportunity to knock Devin Haney out in the 7th round, peds or no peds, and he was making so many mistakes and different kinds of mistakes that all favoured Devin Haney. It was ridiculous. This wasn't nearly as bad, but it was still bad in a sense that the referee was not making any effort whatsoever, not even a very simple, hey, don't do that, Tyson, when he's trying to separate the fighters from a clinch. He did none of that when Tyson Fury was very clearly timing clinches, leaning on Alexander Usyk, or, as I'm showing on screen right now, putting Usyk in a headlock where his forearm is pressing on Usyk's neck, and he's pressing down on him, and he's trying to tire him out. And he was. You could see Usyk taking deep breaths in the second half of this fight. So Tyson Fury was doing that. He actually could have done it more, I think, because the referee was not on his case whatsoever. And even in situations where fights are a little bit rough and referees want to let the fighters fight, they will not pull up opponents up when they have a forearm slide this way or that way, or they bump into each other, or again, one person's arm ends up slipping on somebody's neck, or something that can happen in a clinch or just a rough fight, because it's a fight at the end of the day. So referees may not want to stop the action, so they will just be shouting instructions or just speaking while the action is going on, and then when they separate the fighters, they'll quickly point to one fighter as they're doing it, saying, hey, watch the forearm, watch the elbow, whatever may be happening. But the referee didn't even do that, and this was not a situation which would have justified that. This would have justified the referee pausing the action and saying to Tyson, hey, don't do that again. Do not press down on Alexander Usyk's neck. And it was so blatant. Again, this justified the referee breaking them up and speaking to Tyson directly, because he was doing it so blatantly. It was ridiculous. I mean, the referee in the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder second fight, he was Kenny Bayless. He was a lot more assertive on Tyson Fury putting Wilder in headlocks and using these grappling techniques, when you could actually make a case it was more blatant here, because at least in the Wilder fights are typically rough because he's such a wild, erratic kind of puncher. So it's quite normal to get involved in the rough stuff up close, because Wilder can be swinging and missing, and sometimes he'll swing and end up hitting you on the back of the head. So it's kind of expected for things to be a little rough in there. But Usyk is a very clean boxer, so yeah, it was very blatant from the referee. And then lastly, and I'm going to try break this down in a video which hopefully will avoid copyright, the referee blatantly saved Tyson Fury from a stoppage loss in the ninth round, because Fury was gone, he was wobbling all over the place, and in that situation where a fighter cannot stand up and they're wobbling all over the place, and they're not wobbling in the sense that they need to use their legs to keep themselves up while they're staggering, etc. Literally, Fury was going from one end of the ring to the other, and the ropes held him up multiple times. That is justified for the referee to jump in and stop the fight. Fighters have been stopped when they've staggered around a little bit, and I mean, let's not even go into some of the stoppages that have happened on Eddie Hearn shows. Yes, I'm talking about Carl Froch, George Groves 1. Also, shout out to Carl Froch. He called this fight perfectly. He said the right man won, and he's been very commendable of. He's been very respectful of Alexander Usyk, so credit to him there. And I'm talking about Anthony Joshua against Carlos Takam. I mean, let's not even go into those stoppages, folks. But here it was blatant because Fury couldn't hold himself up. That really that sequence could have justified 2 cases where the referee jumped in, because again, Fury was being held up by the ropes multiple times in a 30-second sequence. So the fact that the referee waited until the very last second where Fury almost touched the canvas because, again, he was wobbling around so badly. First of all, that, again, should have been a case where the referee stopped the fight completely rather than giving him a standing count. If you're going to give him a standing count, again, it should have happened earlier. And also, the referee was slow to count. Not tremendously slow, not like 1, 2, 3, but I don't know why they got a short referee and an old man at that. No disrespect to the guy. In a fight refereeing heavyweights. I mean, get somebody else in there. At least get Steve Smoger in there. I know he's an old man and he's short as well, but he's got authority. This guy, oh God, he just looked like he was not paying attention really to what was going on. He was like, yeah, I've got to referee this fight. Okay, do this, do that. I mean, I understand these old guys, they know their stuff and their experience, but you need to get people with authority in there. So yeah, I did not like this referee's actions. Thankfully, the right man won. But, this was another case where Alexander Usyk had to overcome the establishment. So let me know what you guys think down below. He was the underdog, and tremendous credit to him. More videos coming, a couple on his legacy and why he's clearly pound for pound number 1. So let me know your thoughts down below about this referee, how he saved Tyson Fury from getting knocked out, and gave him way too much leeway in the fight. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.